Okay, so once we get our mind wrapped around the transformations, and so far we've only done two, vertical shifts and horizontal shifts, but once we understand those, the transformations should make our graphing easier, actually. Okay, so in this problem, oh, I didn't give you the title, there it is. We're going to take a toolkit function and we're going to shift it. Okay, so our toolkit function is right here, and I'm going to graph that in black, the absolute value function. So if you remember, the absolute value function goes like this, and like this. Now, that's a toolkit function. We've done those a couple times. That's what the absolute value function looks like. Just a caution for you when you're graphing these. Sometimes I see students and they're like, oh, absolute value, it's a V, and they just like kind of slop a V down there. It needs to be accurate, okay? So as you noticed, I was making little points here. You could do a table of values to get those points, but don't just like put any old V down there, okay? All right. That's the basic one. That's f of x, okay? That's the toolkit function. Now what we want to graph is h of x. Well, you'll notice it's not the basic one, right? It's f of x plus 1 minus 3. Another way they could have written this is absolute value of x plus 1 minus 3, okay? So like if you put this in here, that's what it would look like, okay? All right, so where is it shifting and how is it shifting? Well, this 1 inside the function, it's an absolute value function, that says shift 1 to the left. This 3, oops, this 3 says shift, oops, shift down 3, okay? So you have a vertical shift, that's this one, and you have a horizontal shift, that's this one. Okay, now I want to graph this. Whoops, let me do it in orange. I'm going to graph this. So I'm going to do them both at the same time. Take a point, and I'm going to start with a point 0, 0, and I'm going to shift it 1 to the left and down 3. So it's right there. Okay? Now from there, the shape of the curve stays the same. Let's see, how many points do I have? You could draw more. Okay, so what we're doing is we're picking up the f of x function, that V shape that's drawn in black. We're moving the whole thing left 1 and the whole thing down 3 units. So if you like wanted to check it, you could say, hey, what about this point here? It should have gone to the left 1 and down 1, 2, 3. Yep, there it is. Okay, so that's the idea behind transformations, the big idea that you can take this graph and shift it left or right or up or down based on what they give you, and you don't have to do like a big old table of values or a lot of other stuff.